a blinking cursor on a blank terminal. This is the starting point for every operation. Before the first command is ever typed, a professional hacker sits in the silence and listens. Today, our target is a machine called Metasploitable 2. We are starting with zero knowledge of its internal state, with the singular goal of achieving total root access. Success in this environment requires a methodical march through 5 distinct phases. First, reconnaissance, then scanning, next, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. A successful breach is decided during the mental planning phase. By the time we touch the keyboard, the battlefield has already been mapped. Phase 1 is reconnaissance. We start by establishing our own position on the network using the IPA command. This gives us a fixed point to operate from as we begin to probe the darkness. Next, we begin to sweep the local environment. We use a tool called Netdiscover to send pulses across the subnet, looking for any other devices that might be listening. As the network sweep expands, a single target node lights up in response. We have identified a specific IP address hidden within the traffic. A ping command verifies the target is reachable, returning a rhythmic signal confirming an active connection. This phase transforms an abstract network into a concrete, singular target. The search has ended. The observation begins. We now enter phase 2, scanning. Our primary tool is Nmap, a network mapper that allows us to probe the target's exterior architecture. Think of a basic scan as checking 1,000 digital doors to see which are left open. An aggressive scan forces these doors to reveal exactly what is behind them. We can now see the specific services and operating system running. The results show a target crowded with services: port 21 for FTP, port 22 for SSH, port 80 for a web server. We see databases like MySQL and file-sharing protocols like Samba, all exposed to the network. These ports are raw possibilities. The next step is to filter through this list of services to find a specific actionable weakness. In Phase 3, vulnerability analysis, we transition from gathering data to identifying how that data can be weaponized. We deploy a specialized scanner called Nikto against the web server on port 80. It searches for outdated software, missing headers, and sensitive files that should never have been made public. Using the Metasploit framework, we cross-reference our scan data against a library of known historical exploits. We are looking for a match between a service we found and a flaw someone else discovered. The terminal reveals a match. The vsftpd 2.3.4 service running on port 21 contains a documented backdoor vulnerability. Finding this single point of failure collapses the search. We have successfully translated a massive scan into a precise strike vector. We configure our exploit tool, pointing the rhosts parameter directly at the target's IP address. Every setting is tuned to hit the specific flaw we identified in the FTP service. With the parameter set, we type run. The exploit triggers. Metasploit establishes a command line shell, giving us a direct interface with the target. We type who am I to verify our level of control. The terminal returns the word root, the highest level of administrative privilege possible on the system. This represents a complete compromise of the target. We have successfully shifted the power from the defender to the attacker. A professional hacker is defined by discipline. After gaining access, we document every step, and then restore the target system to the exact state we found it in. We study Phase 4 and 5, maintaining access and covering tracks, to demonstrate how a real attacker would hide, allowing defenders to learn what signs to look for. The work culminates in the ethical hacker's most powerful tool, the penetration test report. This document translates technical findings into a clear risk assessment. It ensures that business leaders understand the potential impact of a vulnerability and how to prioritize its repair. A penetration test proves its worth when its recommendations provide the blueprints for a more resilient defense. You have moved from a student to a practitioner. You mapped a network, found a weakness, and secured root access. Now the terminal waits for your next command.